Hey guys, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden. Today we're going to show you an update to our side garden, and then you get to be with us while we plan and size out our raised beds in the side garden.
And we're kind of bundled up, as you can see, because it's a little cold out today.
Big change from yesterday. It was almost 65 yesterday.
Know,
Today
beautiful.
It might get 50.
I know, so we're kind of...
It's really windy and going to get rainy here in a bit. So we got to get this done.
We got to get moving around so we warm up.
So guys, we're coming over to our side garden here. If you've been following along with us, you know that we wanted to redo this area. We wanted to update it, give it a new path, and kind of resize the bed areas. Well, here we are. And you can see what we did is we put in some gravel. We've got some crushed 5/8 minus here. And then we took some of that block, these concrete chunks that actually we were gonna make a wall out of before and we got for free. We upcycled them. We used those to line our new path. And then we put in some pavers here, and here we are. It's almost done, just some finer points to take care of and, you know, level this out a little bit more and such, but it's looking really good.
Yeah, I really like the way this turned out. If you did, like Sean said, if you watch that video, you know that we moved the path over because we used to have a path right down the center here.
Right down the center. And
then we had a really neat kind of ring at the very end where so it was kind of a different design. So we kind of bulldozed all of that and just moved everything over and added mulch.
Yep. So now we've got this whole big area over here to put multiple raised beds into, and we're going to measure that out here in a minute. And then on the other side, we're still going to put some beds over here, but they're going to be on basically legs, and they're going to be up high. We won't have to stoop down, or we won't have to do anything like this. They're going to be up, you know, to maybe almost 3 feet high, and we'll be able to just work them like this and do all this. Do all the work up top.
I love that idea. We really were excited about this because there's not a lot of space here, as you can see, and we did that intentionally, knowing that we were going to put something higher up over here.
You know, and this is still a work in progress. The planning's still happening for these beds, so they might not be that exact height, you know, 3 feet or so, but they're still going to be up off the ground. They're going to have legs, and so we're really excited about this part.
I know, this will be fun. Actually, I think, if I remember, Sean, weren't we thinking of doing raised tall beds on the legs all the way around, even back here?
Yep, even over to this side over here, and then they'll stop, and then we'll have the start of our actual ground raised beds. They're just going to be raised beds, but they're going to be right down to the ground, no legs, and there's going to be, you know, maybe sections of them. We'll put a couple in here, maybe 2 or 3, depending on what the sizes we come up with. Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So how do we get started? What's our first step?
We should show them the sketch that you were able to produce and make, so they have an idea of what that is. You can see on the sketch there's a couple of beds laid out. They're graduated. There's 2 large ones there, and then there's a smaller one that comes into the corner, or that's actually going to be right off the entrance there. And we're really going to try and maximize this space, but also make it really nice looking and fun to be in.
I know, I can't wait.
Yeah, so I mean, with that, we can do the tape measuring and get a good sense of, you know, what our sizes are going to be. Now, what you want to do, and what we do, when we want to put in a raised bed or anything around a structure or next to a structure, is you want to have space off that structure, because if you don't, then you can't literally get into the structure and maintain it. Like here, you can't, if we put a bed right up against the siding of the house, we can't get to the siding of the house to replace it, repair it, or anything that happens like that. And plus, the closer you get, the easier it is for anything to nest behind your bed, between your bed and your structure. So you don't want to do that. So you want to come off at least about 2 feet from the structure, and that gives you space to work, to repair, to maintain. And so if we do that, we could go right about here. Here's about 2 feet. Now that's quite a substantial amount of our bed.
That's not going to work.
But I mean, this is just measuring things out, and this is what we're doing. So really, we're at about 4.5 feet from the side of the house to the side of the walking path. So if we wanted to, let's go a foot, just because we're still going to have space to get in here. The beds aren't going to be that tall. They're only going to be about 18 inches high. So we're still going to have really good access in between here. So if we go to 1 foot, that means we have an extra 3.5 feet to go here. Now, would you want the beds to go all the way up to the walking path edge, or do you want them a little bit off?
Well, just to maximize space, I feel like they need to be as long as they can. Because if we're coming off a foot over here, we're already losing all of that space.
Yeah.
So I would say go as far as we can over here. But I know
Well-
this is kind of uneven, so
Well, and we'll smooth all that out,
Okay.
and that'll level out on its own too. But we'll make sure it's level before we set the beds down in. But I mean, if we go from the 1 foot to 4 feet, that's a 3 foot bed.
that's true.
So that's not bad. That's actually quite a bit of growing space. So that's something to think about right there as we get into further into planning. Now the other thing is for the length of these beds. We know we're going to have the narrow beds up to a point, maybe to here, maybe all the way over. That's still debatable. It's still in the planning phase. But what we can do is if we plan on having those beds go all the way across and not have this bed come this way, we would start from basically right here, and we could go just right here and go all the way down. This is a 12-foot measuring tape, so I mean right now this is 12 feet right here. So if that's 12 feet, let's go this way. Let's say we're gonna go from that 12 feet to about where it starts curving. It's almost about 3 feet. So it's about 15 feet of space from down there all the way out to here. So 15 feet, we could do roughly 3 3-foot beds with 1 or so feet between them down the way here. And that would be pretty nice.
Joel, I'm asking Sean to draw these out for me.
So guys, here is the end result of our spray painting and measuring. How many times do you think we measured, honey?
I think we did this 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Because we couldn't figure out the size that we wanted. And it wasn't that it wouldn't fit. We just, like aesthetically, we didn't know what we wanted.
Yeah.
So we finally just decided, you know what? We just want growing space. We don't really care what it looks like. We've got the dimensions. So what we have here, the 2 large boxes you see drawn out, and thank you again, Sean, for spray painting those because
Sure.
it's so helpful visually to see what we're looking at. Those are 5 feet by 3 feet,
Yep.
and they'll be 18 inches high
Awesome.
or tall. So, and then
Yep.
this is kind of a little custom guy over here that'll fit in this little space.
Yeah. So guys, that's all we got for you today. Make sure to leave any of your comments and questions down below for us. We love hearing from you. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future videos.
Yeah, thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another garden care video, and stay tuned for this project because we'll be building those raised beds probably in the next week, don't you think?
I think so.
So we're
Yep.
really excited to get moving on the project because we're ready to plant in them. So we need to get the
Oh, yeah.
beds ready.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. Yeah, have a great day, you guys.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.